Thank you for joining us today on Pack 14 as we share information in Wycomico County Emergency Preparedness. Today we have with us David Shipley, who's the Director of Emergency Services for Wycomico County. Dave, welcome to our show today.
Yeah, same to you.
Well, we want to talk a little bit about emergency services, so can you tell the viewers what the County Department of Emergency Services entails?
Yes, the Wycomico County Department of Emergency Services consists of 3 divisions. The Communications Division is staffed by call takers and dispatchers that answer 911 calls for service. They will answer any call that is made in Wycomico County where someone dials 911. Those call takers, dispatchers will answer it. It is the primary 911 public answering point in the county. When they receive a call, they answer it and they'll say, "Please fire ambulance." If it is a law enforcement call, it is transferred after screening to the appropriate law enforcement agency. Fire and EMS calls are handled by the call takers and dispatchers that answers the calls. They will dispatch the appropriate fire EMS equipment. They dispatch 14 fire departments in the county, as well as they handle calls for law enforcement agencies, approximately 5. The next division in the department is the radio division. It is responsible for the public safety radio system. Okay, it is made up of approximately 2,600 mobiles and portables. It is utilized by the fire companies that I've just mentioned, as well as 5 police agencies. In addition, that division is also responsible for the maintaining and operational deployment of our mobile command posts, which can be used by first responders in the county for extraordinary events or disaster responses. In addition to them being responsible for the deployment of the mobile command post, the staff of the radio division is very much involved in the build-out of a new public safety radio system. It is replacing our old analog 800 megahertz system with a new P25 digital system that will enhance the communication capabilities they have with our first responders. The third division is the Emergency Management Division, that it manages and updates all the emergency plans that are used to respond to natural and man-made disasters in the county. It has plans that deal with mitigation, response, recovery, and preparation. The division does this through the management of a number of plans by annual reviews and updating and sharing that information with the public.
Okay, well, one of the things we're going to concentrate on today and talk about is we have spring weather coming, and we're going to talk about all hazards, so that's part of your emergency management division. So can you tell us a little bit about the all hazards planning that the emergency management division does and what the public should be aware of?
Yes, all hazard planning deals with an assessment. We all have to assess that all of our communities and we as residents are all vulnerable to natural and man-made disasters. We have to develop emergency plans that deal with our responses, dealing with it post and pre-event as far as the disasters are concerned or the extraordinary events are concerned. We have to have those emergency plans, but to have those emergency plans and have the all hazard concept, we have to determine what the risks are in the county. The risks would include hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfires, extreme weather events like extreme cold, extreme heat, and flooding.
Okay, and the county has many ways that the community can learn about these disasters, and they can go to the website. Share a little bit of information about what you put on the website for the community to be prepared.
Yes, we would suggest strongly that people go to the website. The website is www.wycomicocounty.org/ES. If you go to that website, you'll find that there are seasonal advisories that deal with the seasons that we're dealing with. Currently, we're starting to post things that deal with the hurricane season on there. There are other things on there as far as the Speakers Bureau, which is something that we very much promote. If you go to the website, there'll be instructions about how you can do that. If you go onto the website, there are many pieces of information that deal with emergency preparedness topics. It talks about what you do before, during, and after an event.
Okay, and there's also, the county's invested a lot of time and money into a cell phone notification device called Communicator. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, it's a means of, it's one of the means that we inform the public of, natural and man-made disasters and responses. It's one of the means we use. It is a mass call out capability that can be tailored to the whole county or specific components of the county. It utilizes the existing wireline phone lines that are maintained by the phone companies, but it also uses cell phones, but those cell phones must be registered by individuals that are interested in receiving that. And you can go to the website that I mentioned and go to the portal for registering the cell phones once you enter onto the website, and you will be included if you're in an area where that mass call capability is going to be used.
Right now, we're going to play a demonstration of how you can go to the county's website and register your cell phone for this communicator situation and software so you can be notified in the case of emergency if Wycomico County activates their communicator system. A few things we want to let you know about. One is our communicator system. You need to go to the Wycomico County website, www.wycomicocounty.org. Right on that home page is sign up for cellular alerts. We need you to do that, and what we do is we activate that system when we need to notify the public of any emergency in the area. We'd use that communicator system for emergency alerts such as missing persons, critical weather information should we have a hazardous materials incident in the area and we want you to shelter in place, which is to stay in your house or your business, or we ask you to evacuate to a certain area. We do not use the communicator system for any sort of generic announcements, advertisements, nor do we disclose the information to outside parties. It is for emergency use only. Again, to register for the communicator system, it's our county website, www.wycomicocounty.org, and click on the link that says sign up for cellular alerts. If you have any difficulty with that, please call our office, 410-548-4820. If you have any problems in registering on the website for communicator, you can call our emergency management office at 410-548-4820. Staff there will be happy to help you have your cell phone registered for communicator. Again, we're here today with David Shipley. He's our Wycomico County Director of Emergency Services, and he's sharing information about emergency preparedness in Wycomico County. David, we've let the public know about the website and cell phone. Let's talk to them a little bit about the sirens that are activated and the test that's done and why Wycomico County would activate sirens.
Yes, it's called the Citizens Siren Warning Alert System. It is used for notifying the public, again, in particular areas of the county. It does not cover the whole county, but there is a significant portion that is. And what would happen, and when there's an imminent threat of a weather event or some other kind of extraordinary event, the sirens would be activated. When you hear the sirens are different than those that you hear at fire stations because 13 of the sirens are located at the fire stations and 2 are maintained by the Department of Emergency Services. When the sirens go off, they go off for a 2-minute sustained blast. That's in difference to what happens with fire service when you hear those sirens go off, where there's usually a high-low tone that goes out. Again, these sirens go off at a steady tone for 2 minutes. If you happen to hear that, you should stop immediately what you're doing and go inside and try to identify what the problem is through your local sources of the media.
Okay, and the Emergency Services Department, if they activate those sirens, they would notify the media of what's going on in the county.
That is correct. And the other thing I'd like to say about if you hear the sirens, again, we ask you to go in and try to determine through your local media contacts or where you would get your local media information to find out what's going on. Please do not call 911 to try to ascertain what the emergency is. That's
great advice. We don't want the 911 system overloaded. We want the public to go to the media sources.
That's correct.
The other thing that we have that we try to encourage people to do in their home preparedness is to purchase a NOAA weather radio.
The NOAA weather radio is it is an all-hazard radio also. It's predominantly used by the National Weather Service and federal government and local and state governments to notify people of imminent threats of bad weather or disastrous weather. But it can be used for other things also, other emergencies. The key about it is it's real time, and it not only will identify the emergency and let you know about it, but it will also talk about emergency steps you can take in dealing with it. It's a 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's operational. You can choose how and what means to use it. Okay, and again, to find out more information about it, how to program it, or if you need assistance, you can go to the department's website. Again, that's www.wycomicocounty.org/ES, or you can call that phone number, 410-548-4820.
Okay, and something we want to remind the public is anytime daylight savings time comes on, or we go back to this daylight standard time or the Eastern Standard Time, we want to encourage people to change that battery in the weather radio, because these radios also work off batteries, correct?
That's correct, and that's one of the things that's redundant about it. It can work off commercial power or the batteries, and that means it will continue to work during a disaster scenario where power is lost, and it's another means for us to push out emergency information to keep people abreast of what's going on.
Ms. Shipley, thank you very much for joining us today here at PAC 14. We appreciate PAC 14's opportunity to share this information. Again, we thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to share this emergency preparedness information.
And I want to thank you for this opportunity too. It means that we very much appreciate to push out information about emergency preparedness to the citizens of our county.
Okay, thank you very much. Again, we hope that you get something out of this show with emergency preparedness here in Wycomico County. We've brought you a lot of information today. We again encourage you to go to that website, www.wycomicocounty.org/ES. Lots of information there. We encourage you to call Mr. Shipley, 410-548-4820 for the Speakers Bureau. And again, we're here to help you in Wycomico County with these emergency preparedness tips.